which is probably the most strategic pre-tribal council so far this season. We have Albert who wants Edna and Coach who wants Michaela, which I don't know where Michaela came in. I think it's because she's not in an alliance, and Edna really is only in one. So let's look at this. What's your take on voting Michaela out?
I think that she was mostly voted out because, or they wanted to vote her out because she didn't do very well in the challenge and they thought she'd be a risk.
What was your take if they voted Edna out?
I think it was mostly Coach who didn't want Edna out because everyone else seemed annoyed by her.
Okay, so we're down to Michaela, Edna. Coach going for Michaela, Albert going for Edna. Rick is the swing vote. So we have Albert, Sophie, I think, and who else voted for Edna?
Not Brandon.
Not Brandon. Brandon just made another dumb move.
Yeah.
Just when you think he can't get dumber, he does.
Yeah, I mean, who says, oh, I promised Edna I wouldn't write her name down, but I really want her out. Uh-huh.
So, well, we can make the case that if Upolu loses again, Edna's definitely going to be next out. That's, like, kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm looking at who voted for who. Albert voted for Edna, Brandon Michaela, Coach Michaela, Edna Michaela, Sophie voted for Edna, Michaela voted for Edna, that was the other one, duh. And Rick voted for Michaela. Do we have anything else to talk about?
In Survivor, not much except for your predictions.
Here's my prediction. So far we've seen Savai lost the first challenge, Upolu then lost, then it was Savai, Upolu. It's back and forth. Upolu is the worst tribe. Before I said Savai was the worst tribe. Here's how things have changed. And it was all because of the quiet cowboy who you never saw in any episode finally play a huge part in killing his own tribe. Because by voting out Michaela, they voted out their strongest female. By keeping their weakest player, Edna, now they're going to lose the next challenge. They already have at least Christine or Michaela who are going to flip. Then they're probably going to have one other person who flips. I'm not sure who that might be. But they're going to go into the merge. They're not going to have the numbers, and they're all going to be voted out. Maybe one by one. I think Coach can maybe sneak his way through. But I'm not predicting somebody from Upolu to win, except maybe Coach, which I'm not really putting any money on that.
Yeah, I agree for the most part with those, except for I'm not positive if Upolu will lose, because it's depending on the challenge. If it's like, I guess a pure strength, and they could just have, like, Albert and maybe Coach, or, you know, some combination like that, then they're good. But if they needed, like, 4 people for strength, then they'd be screwed.
So each tribe now has 6 members. Upolu has Sophie, Albert, Brandon, Edna, Rick, and Benjamin. Then Savai has Keith, Jim, Don, Oscar, Ozzy. Then Whitney, and Cochran. So we can see that, I mean, if you look at it, Upolu is definitely the stronger team, but I think that they're too divided at this point to really come back and win.
Yeah, I think they had too many early alliances.
But I am predicting unanimous votes for next time. It's going to be a 5-1 vote no matter what happens. If Upolu loses, it's going to be a 5-1 to get Edna out. And then, if Savai loses, which they're not, then it'll be a 5-1 vote to vote out Ozzy.
Yeah, I'm not sure that would actually be 5-1. I would think maybe like 5-2, or maybe opposite. because didn't Jim say in the last episode that he wants to keep Ozzy for the merge because it takes the target off his back?
It is smart to keep Ozzy until the merge and then get him out. I said that last time. But I don't think Savai is going to do that because, as I said earlier, there's those alliances. Keith and Whitney are the 2, and they're down against the 3, and Ozzy is just kind of the floater. So I think Keith and Whitney are going to go. I think these 3 are probably going to vote Ozzy. Let's vote Ozzy, and then Ozzy gets the unanimous decision. But it depends on what Jim wants to do. Jim is running Savai.
Well, he's running some of Savai. He doesn't really run Keith that much.
I think he's got a... He talked to Keith the last episode. So I think they have a little bit of something, because they kind of, have the same interests, sort of. Whitney, he doesn't really talk to that much, or we haven't seen it.
Yeah, I think that Whitney's kind of just following Keith, and Keith can be kind of like a free agent. He has Ozzy's side, and then he has Jim's side.
So let's, I think we're going to wrap it up here for Weekly Survivor.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else to really say on it. It was just basically an average episode. Not too much action, or drama, and not too much filler.
Okay, so let's now move on to the Celebrity Apprentice 5 cast announcement. Okay, so let's talk about the Celebrity Apprentice 5 or Apprentice 12, which will premiere mid-season 2012. What does that mean?
No one knows.
I'm assuming it means summer, because it says, it says season run mid-season 2012 through blank, and it says filming date fall 2011 through blank. But 18 new celebrities, and the first person who comes to my mind is the last person we're going to talk about, because it's the first person who's on the list, and probably the most famous out of all these people.
Yep.
So, this is according to Wikipedia, which is what I'm looking at Wikipedia. Are you on Facebook? I think you saw it on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm on the link from Facebook, which is celebs.com.
So, I'm going to go backwards on the list I'm looking at. Patricia Velasquez. She is a model and actress for Team Forte. She's 40 from Zulia, Venezuela. And most of these teams, the teams have been divided. There's Team Forte, and the other team says TBA, to be announced. But, Patricia, who is this?
I have no clue. I don't know, basically any of these people except for the most famous one.
She is considered to be the first Latin supermodel.
See, I wouldn't know that.
Yeah. Okay, so, the next person also on Team Forte is Cheryl Tiegs. I always mess up on the last names. And she is also a model and actress, and she is 64 from Breckenridge, Minnesota.
I'm starting to see a pattern here.
It's normally model and actress. Yes, she is an American model and actress, we know. Swimsuit model, it seems. So yeah, so 2 models and actresses already. So there's going to be 18 candidates this season. The next one, 62 on the to be announced team, is Paul Terutu Sr., motorcycle designer and supposedly the TV star. He's 62 from Yonkers, New York. I have not heard of this guy.
What TV shows has he been on?
I've seen this guy before. Paul Terutu is the founder of Orange County Choppers. I'm trying to think of what show this is. American Chopper. He's
Never.
one of the stars of that. I haven't seen that show before. I've only seen previews. So he's kind of a star.
Yeah, I don't watch that, so.
I think it comes on TLC. But I don't know. But I don't really care.
Yeah.
So, but he's kind of a celebrity. Like, you can probably recognize him just when you know his name.
Yeah.
Then moving on to let's see the oldest contestant of the season at 74, George Takei, who is a Star Trek actor from Los Angeles.
So he's really famous, yes?
Probably. I've not seen Star Trek, and I don't know if I really have too much of an interest to.
I've seen so much Star Trek, I've seen the new movie, but I mean, I'm not a uber fan. I don't do like what the typical nerd does and do like Spock and everything.
I'm assuming he's from the original series.
Yeah, saying that he's 74, I think you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't think that he'd... I mean, I would think that he'd be from the old season or series.
Okay, so let's move on. And this person, I remember, he filled in, he didn't fill in, but for the final task in the previous season, he went and helped one of the people. It is Dee Snider from Twisted Sister, 56, Astoria, New York. But, he came on last season.
Yeah, he was late.
But just to kind of help John Rich win at the end. So, gonna be interesting to see Dee Snider. Normally people like him on the show seem to go to at least 5.
Yeah.
And the person that I'm thinking of, like when I see him, is Bret Michaels, who did win the Celebrity Apprentice 3.
Yeah, he only won because of his health, though. Everyone knows that.
I don't like to think of it like that. I like to think that, I don't know.
I think it was so close that if he hadn't had stuff, he could have lost, or it would have been, like, really close.
Okay, let's move on to the, this is the youngest. Let's look at the youngest. No, she's not. But the next person I think will be. Nope, there's another one. Okay. A lot of young people. Aubrey O'Day, former Danity Kane singer. She's on Team Forte. By the way, Dee Snider and George Takei will be on the to-be-announced team. She's from San Francisco, Aubrey. And who is she?
Once again, no clue.
She doesn't look familiar. Let's see. American singer, actress, fashion designer, television personality, and former member of the girl group Danity Kane. So I'm assuming that's what she's known for.
What is a TV personality?
TV personality is somebody kind of like Boston Rob. Boston Rob's been on 4 seasons of Survivor, 2 Amazing Races, and now his own show, and he's been on a couple of specials. Like, he's known, like, on TV.
So she's like a TV star?
Yeah,
Okay.
although I've never seen her.
Not a popular TV star.
She's unpopular.
Yeah.